I'm Frank Russell. I'm a student here at Cal State Fullerton, and in my free time, I like to play a game called Heroclix. Heroclix is a collectible miniaturized game. You collect figures, such as this Riddler here, and you move them around on a board in a team to fight your opponent's team. Well, when I was a kid, my dad took me and my brothers to that year's Comic-Con. There was a booth where they were portraying the very first set of Heroclix, and we've been collecting them ever since. Well, after a few years of collecting them, I decided that I wanted to seriously learn how to play the game. So I put a team together, went down to the tournament that was playing that night, sat down and said, "I don't know how to play, teach me." Well, there are many different parts of Heroclix. For one, there's the board. There's many different types of terrain to be playing on, whether it's indoors or outdoors. There's water terrain, there's elevated terrain like the top of a building, there's hindering terrain such as through a bush or maybe debris that's kind of hard to see your opponent, and then blocking terrain if you think like a giant rock that you just can't see through. There are many different types of figures. Each figure comes with a dial that you click as the game goes on to change their combat values and their powers, which affect how they're going to interact with the characters on your team and how they're going to interact with the board and the characters on your opponent's team. Then there are also objects that you can place on the field for the characters to pick up and throw, specialized objects like Captain America's shield, and resources that you can assign to people such as Batman's utility belt. Tournaments are usually a very friendly environment, especially when you're going to like a hobby store or some sort of gaming store. You're usually going to meet people there that just want to play for fun, and they're going to be glad to teach you how. What I like the most about the game of Heroclix is that every game is going to be different than the last one. If you think about when you play Monopoly, maybe you don't roll double 12s and go to jail. Maybe you don't land on Boardwalk, but it's essentially the same game. In Heroclix, every team that you put together is going to be different than the team that you put together last time. And every opponent that you face is going to have a different team of different people that you're going against. Some of those people may shoot you from across the entire map. Some of those people are maybe giant figures and have a lot of health. Some of those figures maybe can attack everyone on your team at once. It's always going to be different. And that's what I love about it. Well, obviously, every superhero and supervillain has probably been made into a Heroclix by now. Everyone from Hulk and Thor to Joker. But they've also made a lot of Heroclix based off of movies, such as Pacific Rim, Lord of the Rings, Gandalf. They've made Heroclix based off of video games, such as Booker and Liz for BioShock Infinite, and here's a witch doctor from Defense of the Ancients. I actually have two favorite Heroclix. This guy here, Liu Kang the Thunderer. I have no idea who he is in my comic books, but he's the very first prize that I won as first place. I had gotten second and third place for so long that when I won him, he just became a figure I couldn't part with. And then a character that I made myself, Ghost Rider. They had made one in a set, and I didn't quite like his mold, so I broke him off and I made my own, and he's a definite favorite. The biggest prize in Heroclix is from a tournament that's held once a year called the ROC Championship, held in Indianapolis, Indiana. After winning every game that they pit you against, if you come out on top, you get to be immortalized on a Heroclix of your choice, next to any hero or villain that you want to be next to. Not only do you get to design the sculpt, but you get to design the dial. Every power that this character can use is up to you to choose. If you're interested in playing, I would advise you just to jump into it. If you're one of those people that kind of sticks their toe in the water and tries to see how it is, you're not going to have a really good time. But if you just jump straight into a tournament without knowing anything, sure, you're going to lose, but you're going to learn a lot and you're going to have fun. And let's be honest, when you're around a whole bunch of nerds, it's always going to be a good time.